So how to grow your business using e-commerce and social media. So for this session, we'll talk about social media, primarily Facebook and Instagram. We will also talk about Chatbot. Okay, so this is an application that we integrate into our messenger. Okay, so the objective of having a chatbot is first, simply to automate, from the name itself, chatbot, to automate the response. But the more relevant objective of using this platform is data generation. Sabi nga natin, we'll have efficiency in advertising because of the data that we generate. So using the messenger alone without the chatbot, we cannot generate data. So that's why we will discuss chatbot. Okay, not only to automate, but to generate information, to generate data. And lastly, e-commerce website. What is e-commerce? As mentioned kanina, it is a platform, an online platform wherein we can purchase products or services. From the purchasing, mag-add to cart tayo, to purchase, to payment, hanggang sa ma-deliver sa atin if it's a physical product. Okay? So there's a lot of e-commerce platform that we use currently, no? So sa food, we have Grab Food, we have Food Panda. For retail, we have Lazada, we have Shopee. So pag ang platform merong add to cart, okay? May add to cart function, that is an e-commerce, okay? So the objective of this webinar is to convince you to have your own e-commerce platform, internal na e-commerce platform. But of course, we will still use third party. For example, we are into food business. Okay, so we have Pickup Sticks franchise. So we highly utilize digital platforms for generating sales, for reaching out our customers. Okay, so aside from Grab Food and Food Panda, of course, we generate sales out of that e-commerce platforms. 80% of our sales is generated from our internal platform, yung pickupsticksbistro.com. All of our investment and expenses in social media advertising, in Google advertising, is going towards our platform. So if you will notice, no, you also enrolled in this webinar using the e-commerce of jomshabok.com. That is also an e-commerce, but instead of having add to cart or using add to cart function, you used enroll now function. Okay, so I just customized that to my type of business na service. So meaning we can use e-commerce not only for retail, okay, not only for retail. We can use this for food, we can use this for service. So for example, yung consultancy ko is a service. This webinar is a service business also. So I also use e-commerce, okay? So bakit ko ginagamit ang e-commerce? So yun ang pag-uusapan natin later. And then generating data, no? We can have a strategic marketing plan, digital marketing plan. We can develop awareness program, we can develop retargeting programs, we can develop loyalty programs. So hindi broad na basta-basta lang tayo mag-advertise. So we have specific strategies based on the data that we generate. Okay? So before we start, let me share with you what I do in my consultancy. No, this is one slide only. So by the way, these are my businesses. So I'm into food business. So for 5 years. So Pickup Sticks is a food franchise brand. It's a Filipino street food concept. And for this particular activity, so this is for consultancy, no, JGH Business Consultancy. And for compliances ng mga entrepreneurs is Professional Solutions. I have a recent investment for e-commerce platform. So we have Bring It On, e-commerce and delivery services. So I'm the one in charge for marketing and strategy. So for my webinars, no, for the topics that I normally conduct and also the field of my consultation. So most of my clients are into business expansion, primarily franchising, co-ownership, and distribution. So I develop programs for them to help them expand their businesses from food, retail, and service also. I also help them in financial analysis and strategies. Some of my clients are into business valuation if they want to sell their business. So this is in partnership with Value Metrics. So I do the valuation of their clients. Restaurant and commissary operations, since I'm into food business. I'm discussing this because you might have questions na outside the topic pero nandito sa field of my consultation. Feel free to type it down in our chat box. Can also talk about taxation, local permits, government mandated benefits like SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, or labor standards, no. But for this specific topic, no, ito yon, e-commerce strategies and social media advertising. But we also do general business consultation for startup entrepreneurs. So you can visit my website, jomshabok.com. Okay, so this will be the outline of our session. The first one is we'll have a brief introduction about sales funnel strategies. Okay, so this is not only as mentioned kanina, we will not talk about social media, no, how to use social media. We will not talk about e-commerce, no. We'll be focusing more on efficiency using sales funnel strategies. When we say sales funnel, this is an illustration. Sometimes it is called purchasing funnel, marketing funnel, sales funnel. Okay, so this is an illustration of the customer journey. Okay, in any business, no, especially sa mga high ticket items, hindi ka agad bibili yung customer pag nakita ka. So as a new brand or as a new product to a specific customer, there's a decision-making process. Even sa amin sa food, hindi naman basta-basta bibili yan if they know na walang credibility yung brand namin or hindi pa nila kilala yung brand namin. So there's a process. That's why we have sales funnel. We identify sino sa mga customers namin ang cold audience. So if it's a cold audience, definitely the objective is to reach them and make an initial contact to introduce our products, our services, or our brand. Cold audience eh. But upon engagement with our brand or with our platform, magiging warm audience na sila or eventually magiging hot audience and then converted na sila. So that's basically the customer journey na we want to analyze and we want to create sales funnel. So we cannot create sales funnel. We cannot track the customer journey if we don't have these platforms. Okay, so we'll be talking about data analytics, data analysis, data generation, and creating of sales funnel strategy. Number 2 is the winning product. Even if we set up the platforms properly, we hired developers, we hired digital marketers, for example. If you don't have the winning product, sayang lang ng effort natin. So we start with the very basic. We'll talk about your product, your business concept, your unique selling proposition. We will talk about your primary target market. No, very critical in digital advertising is the concept, the unique selling proposition, and your specific target market. You cannot target the broad audience. Masyadong magastos. Okay? And in relevance to advertising, we will also discuss the cost of goods. Okay? Cost of goods. Sabi natin, hindi naman related sa marketing yan. We'll talk about cost of goods para alam natin kung magkano ang allowable budget for us in advertising. Okay? Because this will be related to return on ad spend. Okay? Even if we sell, for example, 100,000 a day. Okay? Pero you spend 50,000 for advertising. So 50% na kagad yung cost natin. And our cost of goods is also 50%. So walang naiwan sa atin. So zero or negative ka pa sa operations. Okay? So we have to identify the cost of goods. And another important strategy in creating higher ROAS, return on ad spend, increasing the return on advertising is the product offering strategy. Okay, so we'll talk about this later on. Number 3, third module, will dive into the actual interface of Facebook Ads Manager. Okay, pag-uusapan natin ng Facebook Ads Manager. We'll talk about different types of Facebook audiences. Anong difference ng saved audience, custom audience, and look-alike audience? I assume na since some of you here are into business and online platforms already, nag-a-advertise na kayo. Maybe some of you are using Boost Now button. Please, wag natin gamitin yan. I-discuss ko later bakit. And then, you might be using interest-based targeting. So yun yung saved audience. We'll talk about custom audience and look-alike audience as part of our sales funnel. Okay, so this is very critical. In our businesses, for example, the custom audience, no, this is the type of audience that gives us efficiency in advertising. If the saved audience has around 20, in our case, no, 20 to 22% ads cost. Ang custom audience namin, 10 to 15% only. Look-alike audience, around 18 to 20% ads cost. Ang pinaka-efficient is custom audience because you have an existing database na we retarget. Okay? So we'll talk about this later. And then, the next discussion in Facebook Ads Manager is the ad. Okay? Creating an ad. So in creating an ad, 3 levels yan. First is the ad campaign. Ad campaign level, inside the ad campaign level, we can have several ad sets. Under the ad set, we can have different creatives. So in our discussion later on, sa actual interface, we will create an actual ad. Okay, we'll create different types of audiences first, tapos gagawa tayo ng actual ad para makita natin. And then since this is recorded webinar, pag nag-ads na kayo, the same process. So, i-review na lang natin yung recording. Okay? And the last 3 modules, we'll talk about sales funnel strategies, awareness programs, retargeting programs, and loyalty programs.